Hey, haven't uploaded in a while. I don't care. Here, I am here to talk about probably one of my favorite series that I have. No, well, it's not probably one of my favorite. It's just my favorites to read. Like when I go through a Manga and I get the newest volume of the series, it's the first one I read. That's actually fact. It's the first one I read because the camera's falling. I apologize. When I mean camera, I mean my phone. It is the first series that I read out of all of these series. This would be the first one. This and maybe Blue Period. Or Attack on, or Kaguya-sama Loves War, if I actually get the new volume. Or Alice in Borderland, when they actually come out with a new volume. So, I don't have many series I can read. Right now, at least. But ZOM 100 is one of those series where as soon as the new volume comes out, I just have to read it. And I think I rated it an 8 out of 10, I think. The reason I love this series, I think you already read the title, it's just so fucking funny. It's so hilarious. This shit's so funny. Like, I actually found myself laughing out loud while reading this series. I didn't think I could. I didn't know I could. Like, a lot of manga that are supposed comedies, I don't laugh at. Some of my favorites of, that are actually, like, funny. This, ZOM 100, Rooster Fighter, One Piece, that's also pretty funny. I'm trying to look. Haikyuu, that's pretty funny. It's really it. It's really it. Stuff like Sakamoto Days or Komi, it's not that funny. It's just like, oh, cute anime girl makes cute anime face. Oh, badass mafia guy is quiet. Oh my god. Repeat the joke 5,000 times. But this series just stays fresh. It stays new. It stays consistent, and it stays good. Like, this series is actually good. Now, I know that might be a shock to most. Did Viz Media put this? Yes, they did. I know that might be a shock to most of you. Wow, the series is good. Well, who cares, right? But I'm going to explain why it's good. First off, it's funny as hell. Alright? I can never, it's a zombie apocalypse, right? But the main character sees it as, like, a miracle. And it's just, the fact that they're in such a serious situation, but the mangaka and the characters don't take it seriously at all, except for like a couple characters, like straight man to like keep the comedy like actually funny. It's just so hilarious because it's like there's zombies. Let's just go into this hot tub. Like, it's the funniest joke you've ever heard in your entire life, and it's just the fact that no one's taking anything seriously, but it's a zombie fucking apocalypse, so you should be taking it seriously, but they're not. So it's just hilarious. It's so funny. I can't explain comedy, alright? I'm not a comedian, okay? So go read this series yourself and determine if it's funny or not. Second reason this series is great, it's by the same author who made Alice in Borderland, okay? Hold on, where is it? Down there. Alice in Borderland. Let me get the first one now. This is the same mangaka. Now, I have no clue how they're the same mangaka. Like, I'm actually kind of confused on how they're the same mangaka. Because if you've read Alice in Borderland, and if you've read ZOM 100, they're incredibly, like, two very, very different series. Like, Alice in Borderland is, like, this isekai, kind of an isekai. It's an isekai, but it doesn't follow the isekai tropes. You know what I mean? So, it's about this guy, and he has nowhere to go in life. I'm going to make a video on it. He has nowhere to go in life, and it's really sad. It's really in-depth. You really have to think to, like, get the story's themes, and the characters are great, right? And the story is very unpredictable, and it's very smart in its thinking, and it's very clever, right? That same guy, made ZOM 100, which is just this funny, eat popcorn, don't think about series where you're just laughing and laughing all the way, and you're picking out little details that seem funny, and the characters and the moments are good, and everything is is very funny, and there's no jokes in Alice in Borderland. There's absolutely like no comedy whatsoever, and they're just two opposite stories. That's not really a reason why ZOM 100 is good. It's just another reason to read it, because if you've read Alice in Borderland and you thought this was good, I think Alice in Borderland is a lot better than ZOM 100. I'll be honest, but. If you've read Alice in Borderland, you should read ZOM 100. Same thing if you've read ZOM 100, you should read Alice in Borderland. Third reason. This guy knows how to write emotional moments. Like, goddamn, I was almost crying at some parts. There was just some moments where it's like I could relate to them. They were well thought out. They were well written. They were well everything. First let me say the art is beautiful. Like some of the panels in here are just great. Like look at this. Like it just, bro. Look at the detail. Like it's just one panel. Okay. Oh, also there is like some nudity. Like they literally show a zombie's tits. Like twice. And it's like, you don't even expect it. You know what I mean? It's just like there. He like goes into this woman's house because he wants to like confess his love. And then he goes into her house, but then she's a zombie. But he still confesses his love even though she's a zombie. He's like, I liked you for a very long time. I really like you. And then she attacks him. And then at the end of it, he's just like, well, at least I got to see her tits. Like, because she was naked. I'm like, God damn. The character's got no shame. Like, she's a damn zombie. What the fuck? But no, this is how the story goes. It takes itself seriously, but it's funny. How do I explain it? So the characters itself don't take the situation seriously, but the story takes itself seriously. And that's just so hilarious on so many levels. Because obviously, you're like, if I was in a zombie apocalypse, I wouldn't be acting this way. The characters are super, super unrealistic. And the characters are, just think of like Game of Thrones. But everyone is a dumbass. But it still takes itself seriously. But that's what's funny about it. And the author knows that too. That's what they were trying to do. It's not like a what story can I think of? Like, I don't know, like a really bad movie. But the person who made it actually thought that it would be good. Even though it's still really, really bad. Right? This person knew it was going to be bad. So they made it good. To like, counteract that. Oh my fucking god, this story is so well written. Just read it, please. It's so hilarious. The emotional moments like actually hit. Like there's a moment in here, I'm not gonna spoil it. This is actually one of the series I won't spoil for you. There's one moment where a character is about to die, and it's actually sad because you think they might die. But no, he doesn't, or she doesn't. I'm not spoiling the gender. God, it's just so freaking good. The main character is such a breath of fresh air, right? Because he's drawn like a typical protagonist, dark haired, gets all the women, typical protagonist. But the way he's written is just so out of human proportions. You know what I mean? Like, no one is acting like this ever. Shit, I'm bleeding. I just started picking at myself. Not my nose, but, the scabs on my legs. Started picking at it. And I started bleeding. It's crazy. That's crazy. I started bleeding in the middle of a manga review. Oh, that's bad. Alright, I'm going to end the video here. In conclusion, read ZOM 100. It's amazing. I had no plans for this episode. It says it's good, so read it. That's all I gotta say. Oh, also, uploads are gonna be back eventually. School just started and I'm kind of getting through that. Also, I'm having some personal problems. I just bought the One Piece box set 2. I just bought the second one on Amazon. It was in stock. It's coming in like 2 weeks or something, or 3 weeks. Can't wait for it. It's gonna be fucking epic. Just, yeah, it's good. Read it, please. I beg of you. Please read it. All right, bye. Thank you.